Many people ask me, how did it come about that you are the 2013 Utah Mother of the Year? So here is my story. My husband Fred nominated me. Who better to nominate a Mother of the Year than the man who is responsible for her being a mother? The nomination process entailed writing a portfolio of activities, educational background, community events that I had participated in, and not only me, but Fred and all of our children as well. That then went to the American Mothers, Inc. Association for review, and every mother who was nominated, of course, is a mother who was honored. We were all invited to a wonderful honors luncheon where we were all asked to give a speech. Everyone spoke on the same topic, and the topic was reaching out to make a difference. And it's really quite amazing how different all of the speeches were. Exciting to hear everyone's ideas about how you do reach out to make a difference, not only in your family, but in your community as well. Then we were asked to participate in interviews with a selection committee. The selection committee was composed of members from the community representing government, business, education, religion, and also someone representing American Mothers, Inc. We all went home that day not knowing who would be selected to be the 2013 Utah Mother of the Year. The next morning, I received a phone call saying that the selection committee had selected me. I have to say I was quite surprised. I think one of the reasons that I was quite surprised is because we have not lived in Utah very long. At that time, only about a year and a half. And actually people said to us, well, how can you be Mother of the Year? You haven't lived in Utah very long. And my answer to that is, well, God has a plan for every one of us, for every one of our lives. And maybe it's because we moved to Utah to be with our children and our grandchildren, instead of staying in San Diego, California, all by ourselves. The ideals of American mothers actually began with Anna Reeves Jarvis. Oh, she must have been a wonderful woman, so tender-hearted. She lived during the Civil War, and she was just so sad about what was going on during the Civil War. She lived in Virginia, but she felt sad for families everywhere, families in the North as well as the families in the South. And so she just decided herself, it's just so amazing, that she would organize a day of friendship and love that would transcend all political and war lines, and would just be a day to bring together families in our great nation. Then we kind of fast forward to 1933 here in the United States, in the middle of the Great Depression, where families were very torn apart. Mothers were having to leave the home. They were having to go out into the community to help earn a living, just to help, because this was a very, very difficult time, as we all know, in the history of our nation. And so J.C. Penney, in his Golden Rule Foundation, decided that he would invite a number of influential people, including Norman Vincent Peale, to help him organize an American Mothers Committee. The purpose would be to strengthen American mothers, because I think we all know strong moms strengthen families, or you could say it this way, if mama ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. And in 1935, the very first National Mother was honored in New York at the very famous and most wonderful Waldorf Astoria Hotel. In 2013, the American Mother National Convention happened to be in New York, the birthplace of American mothers, and at the beautiful Waldorf Astoria Hotel. There were mothers from most states present, and what an amazing time that was, just to meet mothers from all over the United States, mothers of all faiths, all political leanings. It was just an amazing situation because American Mothers is an interfaith organization, non-political and non-profit. We were able to just get together and do something that mothers love to do, talk, compare notes. And that's what we did for 3 wonderful days. Now there was some work involved because we were once again asked to give our speeches. And everyone had the very same topic again, which actually I came to find out that topic, reaching out to make a difference, was the topic for speeches for every single state mother nominee in every state. There were many wonderful events, and the selection committee was there to observe and to visit with all of the state mothers. The culminating event for the National Convention was a dinner where each mother was honored. And then the announcement was made for the National Mother of the Year. It was kind of like being at the Oscars because the national president asked for the envelope, please. When she opened it and read the name of the National Mother, I really don't think I heard that it was my name because my friends, my new friends, say, I just sat there. Sitting next to me was the young mother for Utah for 2013, and she leaned over and she said to me, "Stand up. That's your name," they called. So it was very, very surprising. And of course, my husband Fred was sitting next to me, and he was surprised too. It was a very overwhelming moment to be selected to represent all of the state mothers as the National Mother of the Year. Since being selected as National Mother of the Year, I've had many opportunities for public appearances and even some very fun parades and speaking engagements, meeting wonderful people from all over the United States. It's been a very great experience. We all know that motherhood can be frustrating and aggravating at times. It is a 24/7 job. Many times people say to me, well, was there anything you would do differently if you could do it all over again? And I have to say no. The reason for my no answer is that I feel like I did the best I could at the time. So when people ask my advice about motherhood, I say, always do your very best.